Welcome to the University of Delaware Department of Communication 2019 Convocation. My name is Tammy Silk, and I'm the chairperson of the Communication Department. On behalf of my colleagues, I'm delighted to welcome graduates and their family members and friends to celebrate our graduates' accomplishments. It is an honor to be here with you today. The first thing I'd like to do is introduce our faculty, and we'll just start up here on the podium. Dr. James Angelini, I did a little audience analysis and asked a bunch of undergraduates, MA students, and faculty members their advice about what they'd like to hear from a convocation speaker. Some said a personal story, another words of wisdom, and another something motivational. One person suggested I offer to pay off all of your student debt left over from the 2019 class of Morehouse College. All said keep it short. And another indicated that it needs to not be an epic disappointment like the Game of Thrones finale. While I certainly don't have the $40 million necessary to pay off your student loans, I do think I can avoid being epically disappointed, and I can keep it short. Graduates, there are a lot of future-oriented questions being asked of you each right now. Do you have a job? What are your plans? What are you going to do? Why don't you have a job? Welcome to the real world. I particularly resented those statements about the real world during college because my undergraduate years seemed pretty demanding with a double major, loads of homework, papers to write, leadership positions, and working as much as possible so I could pay the rent, stay enrolled, and eat. And when I finally entered the quote-unquote real world, it actually seemed like life got a bit easier. And I had a little more time on my hands. Really, things were better. And I was both relieved and happy to be gainfully employed. So here's what I want to tell you. First, things are going to be okay. Take a brief breath, work your networks, use the UD network. Get a position or go on to the next level of your education and move forward with the next steps of your life, knowing that it will be okay. And I project it will be quite a bit better than okay. Second, do good work. Show up, work hard, do extra. Stop worrying about your cell phone and who might be texting you. Focus, pay attention. Remember that it's highly unlikely that you're going to be the CEO tomorrow. Remember, everyone has to put their time in to work his or her way up the career ladder. For example, last week I spoke with an alum, communication alum, who worked his way up from an entry-level post-production position on a TV show called Dinosaurs to currently running the visual effects studio at Marvel Television. This career trajectory did not happen overnight. It occurred after 2 decades of earning the opportunity through intermediate positions and experiences. Do good work, put in your time with enthusiasm, and you will have a successful career. Finally, go forth and find your happiness. Our search for happiness causes us to reflect on what is happening in our lives and what types of people, things, experiences, and work contribute to our happiness. I'm saying this to you because seeking out happiness leads you to embracing whatever it is that you're passionate about. And if you're following your passion, you will have a stronger likelihood of putting it to good use and finding fulfillment. Back in 1963, just a few weeks before his assassination, John F. Kennedy was asked in a press conference, "What do you like about your job of being president, and why do you want to do it for 4 more years?" He responded that he found the work of the presidency rewarding if you define happiness as the Greeks do, which is full use of your powers along the lines of excellence. That's worthy of repeating. Full use of your powers along the lines of excellence. I really like this definition of happiness because it tells us to use our knowledge, our skills, our abilities, and our networks to the highest levels possible so that we can strive for excellence, which carries us through our differences rather than creates differences. As a graduate of UD, right now your power exists in the knowledge you learned while here, the networks you can access, and the skills and abilities you have gained from all of your different life experiences thus far. Use your power to surpass mediocrity. Use your power for your own benefit, but also for the benefit of others. One of the lessons I've learned professionally is to pay it forward. When someone gives you an opportunity, remember it. When someone spends time, gives advice, introduces you, reviews your resume, connects you, mentors you, pay it forward by opening doors for others. Expect and enforce high standards across all areas of your life. Always strive for excellence, and you will not only have some measure of happiness, but success. So go forward, Blue Hens. Things are going to work out for you and get even better. Make full use of your powers along the lines of excellence, and you will find your happiness and success. Thank you. Now, before we move forward with our program, it's important for us to show our appreciation to our loved ones who have supported our graduates through their time at UD. Graduates, you didn't accomplish this all alone. So please stand up, graduates. Face your family and friends and give them a big round of applause. We appreciate you.
Get it, Nikki!
Next, we have welcome remarks from Catherine Clinton, a graduating senior and winner of the Department of Communication Faculty Award, which is given to a student whom the faculty believes has superior potential for graduate study and university teaching in the field of communication. Catherine is a communication major with a minor in theater performance. She's president of the UD Swing Dance Club and has been active as a crew member, actor, writer, producer, and host on shows with the Student Television Network. A member of Lambda Pi Eta, an intern with Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long, and on the Dean's List every semester while at UD. Catherine will be entering the Communication Master's Program at UD in the fall with an appointment as a teaching assistant. Congratulations, Catherine.
Good afternoon, everybody. Since there are more than 4 of us assembled here, be prepared for this super party to be broken up any second. I spent a long time trying to decide what to say to all of you today. I didn't want to tell my life story because no one wants to hear anyone talk about themselves unless they're a celebrity. So instead I'm going to talk about the weather. Very exciting, right? But I think that each year that we've been at UD has been like one of the 4 seasons. When we arrived here on campus 4 years ago, it was like summer. Summer really brings the heat. We were pressured in many ways during our freshman year, not just academically, but socially, to make friends, join clubs, get involved. Freshman year brought our first comm classes, which I think were designed to scare us, to show us that getting accepted into this major was going to be tough. But all of us made it through principles of communication theory, and we will never in our lives be able to forget what cognitive dissonance is. Freshman year, like the summer heat, can be unbearable at times, but look around. We made friends, we passed our classes, all the things we were supposed to do. Sophomore year, with the heat easing up a bit, was more like autumn. Autumn brings change. Leaves go from green to orange, you have to start wearing a scarf again, and it's chilly, so you need to start moving at a brisker pace. Sophomore year for comm major means it's your last year as a comm interest major, and it's time to really start cracking down because at least if you're like me, you did not have a backup plan and you really didn't want to switch to another major. Because honestly, no major is better than this one. You studied harder, you barely survived communication research methods, and you wait with bated breath for that email that all of us here received telling us we were accepted into the program. It's a beautiful thing when that pesky word interest went away, but we knew that winter was coming. Winter, also known as junior year, was upon us. Junior year is generally thought of as the hardest year in college, just as winter can be the toughest season to endure. It's cold and you're often trudging along, slipping and sliding as you go. You've officially selected your concentration, you start taking 400 level classes, and suddenly you're more overwhelmed than ever before. You start to wonder if you can really do this. But we did it. We studied harder, we helped each other, and when life got especially rough, we had amazing professors to help us through it. In my case, a special shout out goes to Dr. D for always being there when I had questions such as, what is mean world syndrome again? Why do we need to know that? We bundled up, fought the elements, dug ourselves out, and made it out of the coldest season alive, a little stronger than before. Finally, we arrived at senior year, and spring had sprung. The flowers were blooming along with our renewed positive attitudes. We still had to work hard, but after many all-nighters and our personal contributions to Mountain Dew stock influx, we arrived. Whether in interpersonal or media communication, each of us worked diligently to get to this point. I am so proud of all of us. Going forward, we are well equipped for the future, not only because we had such wonderful professors who prepared us academically, but also because we had to meet a high standard to get accepted into this major. Spring is here, and with it our new growth. We're ready to go out there and bloom. Now, officially out of spring metaphors, I'm going to leave you with this quote from Helen Keller. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Let's make ours an adventure. Thank you.
Now we have 4 additional award presentations. The Interpersonal Communication Faculty Award goes to a student who has excelled in the study of interpersonal communication. This year it goes to Amanda Nicolakis. Amanda has held many positions around campus, including a Blue Hen Ambassador, 1743 Welcome Ambassador, U-Dress Model Coordinator, and Oral Communication Consultant, while also working off campus. Passionate about theater, she's performed with the Harrington Theater Arts Company, been a character performer at Disney World, and an intern for Theater Exile in Philadelphia. She was the 2017 recipient of the Now Hear This UD Public Speaking Competition. Making Dean's List every semester, Amanda will start a sales representative position with Breakthrough Beverages. Congratulations, Amanda. Our next award is the Eugene F. and Catherine Melk Award in Communication, which goes to the communication major with the highest GPA. With a 3.92 GPA, you can imagine there are many students that are hovering around this 3.9. So 3.92 GPA. This award goes to Jenna Lee, an intramural room ball team member this spring. Jenna Lee is a double major in communication and Spanish and a double minor in advertising and journalism. While working multiple internships and jobs throughout her time at UD, she's made Dean's List every semester. She's a member of Alpha Phi Omega Service Fraternity and Pi Beta Phi Sorority, where she's consistently held leadership positions. Jenna also was a first-year seminar peer mentor for UD, a finalist for the Voices Matter audio essay contest, and a winner in the UD Study Abroad photo contest. Congratulations, Jenna. The Lambda Pi Eta Honor Society Award from Delaware chapter honors the member who has contributed greatly to the success of the chapter. This year, the award goes to Lauren Ruzecki. Lauren served as the president of the Lambda Pi Eta chapter and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. A member of the National German Honor Society, Delta Phi Alpha, Lauren has made the Dean's List 6 of her semesters at UD and graduates with a 3.66 GPA. She's done all this while working as a manager on Main Street in Newark. Lauren will be pursuing a career in advertising or human resources. Congratulations, Lauren. All right, our final award, the Addie Patel Award, goes to the student who has exhibited outstanding skills in public affairs reporting. This year, the award goes to Brandon Holbeck. Brandon is a communication major with minors in journalism and English. Actively involved in student media, he served as the executive editor of The Review, the university's student newspaper, and sports director of WVUD, the student radio station. Brandon authored more than 100 articles for The Review, broadcasted more than 75 games for WVUD, and produced over 100 episodes of the Blue Hen Sports Cage podcast. He was the recipient of the E.A. Nickerson Award in 2018, a UD Journalism Award. Brandon was a leader on the club, cross-country, and track and field team, where he holds the 5th fastest 5,000-meter time. Brandon recently began his career as a trending news reporter for the news journal Delaware Online in Wilmington, Delaware. Congratulations, Brandon.
Good afternoon, and congratulations once again to the class of 2019. And first off, thank you to all of the parents, family, friends who are in attendance today supporting our graduates, and more importantly, supporting all of us through our years here at the University of Delaware. I know I wouldn't have accomplished what I did while at Delaware without my family's love and support, so thank you. I had grand designs to get this speech done when I started working on it over a month ago when I started working full-time. But in true college student fashion, I left it to the last minute last week. But I like to think that I do some of my best work on deadlines. Hopefully this qualifies. It's been an honor to have been chosen to give this speech, especially having been picked from this group. I've been fortunate enough to work with many of you, with the Review, WVUD, and with some of my cameos with STN, and I've learned that it's a very talented group. I'm very excited to see what many of you accomplish as we move forward the next couple of years. A little bit about me: I've lived in Newark, Delaware for 21 years and am now a third-generation graduate of the University of Delaware. As was mentioned, this past year I served as executive editor of the Review, sports director at WVUD, and vice president of the club cross-country and track and field teams. And now I work as something called the trending news reporter at the News Journal, which is something we're still trying to figure out exactly what that means. So yes, I've been busy, but no, I wouldn't have wanted to have it any other way. Even when the days felt long, the weeks and months never failed to pass quickly. And through all of the work, even though sometimes you wish you were getting paid instead of paying, I found a sense of fulfillment here and really found what I want to do, what I want to commit myself to. And I think that's all you can really ask to find here. The best example of that sense of fulfillment is a story I wrote for the Review during my sophomore year with my close friend, Teddy Gellman, called Psychological Warfare: Over a 14-year career, fired volleyball coaches operated on a platform of fear. Here's the Cliff Notes version of how that came together. In October 2016, not even a month into my tenure at the Review, the football coach here and 2 volleyball coaches were fired. At the time, no reason was given for the volleyball coaches firing, which didn't sit too well with us. So, over the next 6 or 7 months, we tracked down as many current and former volleyball players as we could, got as many of them on the record as we could, and put together a pretty damning picture of what it was like to be a volleyball player under their tenure. Without going into much detail, they haven't coached since. When the story was published in May 2017, we received a lot of praise from faculty, fellow students, and even a few professional journalists on Twitter. The story won that year's G.A. Tippman Award, which is given annually to the best story in the Review by the journalism faculty, and the following year, it won more national and regional awards. But that's not why it was fulfilling work. The day the story was published, Teddy and I received an email from the parent of a former player. She said that she and her husband were tough parents that always preached deference to authority. So when their daughter, a former player, came home and explained and complained about her coach's rough and sometimes abusive nature, they told her to toughen up and push through it. In that email, she thanked us for helping her understand what was actually happening and for providing them with closure on a portion of their daughter's life. When you do something like that, you want to touch as many people as you can. And I think we helped more than just that lady and her family. But really all you need is one to get that feeling of fulfillment. The feeling that all of your work is worth it. That's what I'll chase as I continue in my career. The final thought I want to leave you with today is that this is only the beginning. This weekend should be a time to look back and to recognize and be proud of what you've already accomplished. It's not easy to get to this point, but this is really just the starting line. In my world of track and field, we have a saying that goes, just keep getting to the line. Just get to the line. Do the work, put yourself in a position to succeed, and while you might not reach your goal the first time, you might fail the second time, you might fail the third time, each time you'll learn from it. Every time you get back to the line, every time you approach your challenge, whatever that might be, you'll have a better chance to succeed than the time before. In the next few months, I know that I'm probably going to learn more than I've learned here. And that's okay. That's not a knock on my education, as this is the place where you figure out where your starting line is, what you want to do. And that might change, it probably will, and that's okay too. But today starts plan A. Whatever your path is, there's so much we can achieve and learn as we, this class, are as well as equipped as anyone as graduates of the University of Delaware. I'm excited to say that today, that this is only the beginning. Thank you and congratulations once again to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Brandon. Now, James Angelini will present our master's students who have completed requirements for the communication master's degree.
Let me first say welcome everyone to today's convocation ceremony. As Professor Silk said, I'm here to honor those graduating from our department, particularly those students in our Department of Communications Masters of Arts program. As a professor, one of the things I enjoy most is watching our students in our undergraduate and graduate programs move forward and evolve as they become true scholars. Our graduate program is currently a small one, but as many of us in the faculty know, we're quickly growing. Each cohort of graduate students itself has been relatively small, with anywhere from 5 to 8 students entering our master's program each and every year. As all of our MH graduates can attest, the first semester is a difficult one. And for each, the daunting first semester held its own unique challenges. Graduate students who were also teaching assistants in that first semester had to learn how to be teachers, while still taking a full complement of 3 graduate courses in theory that not only tax their intellect, but still broaden their overall understanding of what communication and its various processes truly are. And some of these students also had to acclimate to life in New York. For some, it was a brand new place that they'd be spending their next 2 years. Our graduate students tend to bond and become a very strong cohort as they take the same classes and face many of the same trials, tribulations, and frustrations that first semester graduate students must confront. They become each other's support network and help each other not only get through that first semester, but flourish as they complete all of their coursework. As our master's students move through their program, they become more and more invested in their own scholarship. All of our students graduating this year completed theses, which are 2-semester research projects based upon original research topics of their own design. Some of our graduate students have also completed semester-long internships that allow them to test their skills, the theories that they've learned, and communication practices that they've learned here in our classrooms in real-world environments. So I want to take a few minutes to introduce each of our graduate students, including relating some of their experiences as master's students in our department. Each of our master's graduates will receive their hood from a member of the Department of Communications faculty with whom they've worked. And the first graduate I'd like to introduce is Wyatt Dawson. Wyatt came to our graduate program after receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in communication here in our department just 2 years ago. Wyatt recently finished his master's thesis titled Support for Athlete Activism, How Frames and Race Influence Support of Protesting, Discipline, and Role of the Athlete, in which he explored the relationship between how the news media frames issues of political activism in the world of sports, race, and their impact on public support of athlete activism. Upon leaving the University of Delaware, Wyatt is planning to stay on the East Coast while pursuing a career in market research. Wyatt will be hooded by his master's thesis advisor, me. Next, we have Jacqueline Casey. Jacqueline came to our graduate program after earning her Bachelor of Arts degree in communication from here again 2 years ago. Jacqueline also recently finished her master's thesis titled To Fear or Not to Fear, an examination of fear appeals in health messaging by message frame and behavior request, in which she focused on fear appeals in persuasive health messaging, specifically looking at the message frame and behavior requested by the message. Her study examined whether factors influenced the amount of fear or anxiety an individual felt, and if it had an effect on whether an individual would perform a protective action against the threat perceived. Also during her time in our graduate program, Jacqueline completed an internship with Namor's Children's Health System, where she developed communication and outreach materials, as well as content for their navigating the healthcare system web pages. And an update to what the closed captioning says, just happened, I found out this week. Upon leaving the University of Delaware, Jacqueline will be starting as a research associate at Adelphi Research Global, a company of the Omicron Health Group, conducting healthcare and pharmaceutical market research. Jacqueline will be hooded by Dr. John Corright. next graduate is DJ McCall. DJ came to our graduate program after earning her Bachelor of Science degree in biology from DeSales University in Center Valley, Pennsylvania. DJ completed her thesis in April, which was titled Rewriting the Genetic Code, an exploration of framing, sources, and hype in media coverage of CRISPR, in which she performed a content analysis which focused on news media framing of an up-and-coming gene editing technology, that being called CRISPR. A comprehensive study of coverage of CRISPR from 12 different newspapers and science magazines showed the differences in the way these outlets discuss the technology, which may lay the groundwork for future research into public policy and audience opinions about CRISPR. Also during her time with us, DJ completed an internship with Delaware Public Media, where she gained experience finding, researching, and writing about current and relevant science news topics. Upon leaving the University of Delaware, DJ plans to move back to the West Coast, being originally from Oregon, where she will begin searching for science, writing, and communication jobs. She also admits that there is a potential that she will enter a doctoral program in the future, but as she said, she needs to get her ducks in a row first. DJ will be hosted by Dr. Paul Brewer. Our next graduate is Kelly Sweeney. Kelly came to our graduate program after earning her Bachelor of Arts degree in communication here at UD just 2 years ago. In her second year of our program, Kelly served as the Assistant Basic Course Director for our COMM 212 Oral Communication and Business course. She recently completed her thesis. Did he really just post that? Do I have the wrong title?
Yep.
Sorry. Upon leaving the University of Delaware, Kelly will be moving to Penn State, where this fall she will start her doctoral studies in communication sciences program. She's interested in studying interpersonal communication and technology, with a focus in exploring how technology impacts our personal relationships. Kelly will be hosted by Dr. Scott Kaplan. Our final graduate is Laura White. Laura came to our graduate program to receiving her Bachelor of Arts degree in communication here in the Department of Communication in 2015. Laura is looking to finish her thesis this summer, which is titled He Said, She Said, an analysis of pronoun use by candidates in the 2016 presidential election, in which she's examining pronoun use within the rhetoric of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump during their 2016 presidential campaigns. This analysis investigates the similarities and differences in the language used across candidates, across platforms such as debates, rally speeches, and social media, and in reference to a variety of salient campaign issues. Laura also completed a semester-long internship at the University of Delaware's Institute for Global Studies, where she analyzed the university's practices for recruiting and serving students with disabilities in regards to study abroad programming and making recommendations for improvement. Upon completing her degree, Laura is planning to work with the University of Delaware teaching international students within the English Language Institute, while also pursuing a degree, a career in higher education administration. Laura will be hosted by Dr. Tracy Holden. I want to again say congratulations to all of our 2019 graduates of the Master of Arts program in communication. You did a stupendous job achieving this degree, and know that every member of this department's faculty is proud of all of your achievements. Please let's give these graduates of the Master's degree one more.
Thank you, James. Now it's time for the presentation of undergraduates who have completed degree requirements graduates with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. Graduates will come to the stage to have each of their names read individually and receive a token as a placeholder for their degree, which will be mailed to you directly. A faculty member will indicate when it's your time to come up to the stage. Now, families, have a moment here. You know you want to celebrate your graduates as their names are called. But in order for everyone to hear each of their own graduates' names, we ask you to celebrate joyfully and loudly, but briefly. So everyone's name can be heard. All right, so let's get started.
First, we have Tiana Peluso. Bridget Palumbo. Kendra Riley. Julia Kelly. Josh Deal. Jillian Sutter. Casey Irwin. Jenna Tomovich. Mary Grace Colonna. Nigel Clayton Lee Clark. Kerrigan Butt. Charlotte Brooks. Nicholas Canella. Allison Jacobs. Kira Meehan. Elisha Jaitley. Nicole Girillo. Maria Lurano Lavadera. Kristen Ondrajak. Samantha May Holder. Margaret Elizabeth Crivelli. Meryl Rose Gaddy. Emma Stark. Alexa Shinnick. Alex Baker. Madeline Merritz.
My baby.
Eliza Eggleston. Isabel DiGiovanni. Natalie Tayan. Robert Kelly Donahue. Morgan Zisman. Fawn Bartok. Rosalie Baseman. Alec Trucco. Amanda Plazonkis. Allison Fortney. Ella Collins.
Yeah, Ella.
Kiera Hughes. Catherine Marinas. Sarah Calabrese. Kaylee Drab. Leah Campano. Carly Mazer. Rachel Shaw. Jennifer Chang. Christine McCann. Ariana Marks. Mara Gordon. Lee Dietz. Spencer Mannon. Ariel Waller. Jessica Cooper. Emily Martin. Juliette Housel. Olivia Ellis. Janelle Eck. Annie Groniak. Ashley Stamer. Natalie Poggenstecker. Catherine Nails. Brooke Robertson. Sarah Harlan. Allison Delaney. Lydia Izzo. Emmy Bates. Catherine Veronica Mazer. Jalen Elizabeth Rumpf. Maxine Okan. Sarah Posey.
Yes, Sarah!
Caroline Perella. Kelly Myers. Sophia DiPietro. Madison Rome. Jillian Curtin. Isabel Gollum. Paige Haggerty. Emma Boyd. Lenny Prosser. Isabel Young. Avery Weir. Anastasia Matola. Elizabeth Veronis. Hannah Agel. Stephanie Wokeland. Alexandra Ostuni. Nicole Parr. Kara Heaney. Emma Driscoll. Keelan Kunda. Lauren Glendenning. Katie McCarthy. Julia Basso. Danielle Wilhelm. Catherine Hollenbeck. Alexandra Laurel Wright. Catherine Faustini. Brianna Coash. Samantha Hogue. Ilana Valens. Emily Keyports. Hannah Barr. Max Schusterman. Nicholas Ganillo. Alexander Buckles. Ian Averback. Lorenzo Riego. Bailey Allen. Steve Kalakos. Maximilian Remelier. Sophia Callie. Jillian Van Kalkar. Morgan Schaefer. Javier Aguiar. Sarah Sestito. Matthew Martin. Lydia August. Kenyon Harris Miller. Also get the honor of having the name read. First, we have Catherine Holden. Amanda DeFlippus. Lauren Bruschecki. Jenna Lee.
Yeah, Jenna.
And finally, Brandon Halbach.
Thank you, Dr. Hoffman, for reading all those names. So in closing, I want to thank, again, all of our friends and family members for being here today to support and celebrate our graduates. I also want to again remind our graduates to make full use of your powers along the lines of excellence. And on behalf of the staff and faculty in the Department of Communication at the University of Delaware, congratulations to the class of 2019.